The topic is the concept of the American culture of consumerism and the Scandinavian culture of minimalism. So what does the culture of consumerism talk about? So the consumerism is the increase of the consumption of goods and services which has a desirable goal that a person's well-being and happiness depends, which leads to a fundamental obtaining more consumer goods and material possessions. What is the concept of Scandinavian culture of minimalism? So the Scandinavian culture basically is inspired by the regional trends in the Nordic countries. It also values the simplicity, functionality and calmness in the regions of quality and uncomplicated practical typify the consumer goods and the home design. So what is the meaning of minimalism? So minimalism is a design or a style that uses fewest elements to create maximum effect. It can be used in many styles such as singing, literature, design, etc. The minimalism can also refer to a lifestyle. A minimalist lifestyle is living with fewer possessions and focusing on what is needed. And this may have a good choice if you are feeling overwhelmed or you are distracted with fewer things, or you are cutting back on spending time. A minimalist is someone who prefers a moderate approach in achieving goals or has a minimal expectation for the success program. So he may seek to eliminate the distraction, or he may prioritize the values that had been added to have a meaningful life. We'll be talking what consumerism in depth means. So consumerism is basically the culture of surrounding the buying and selling of products, which came in its own throughout 1920s, which resulted in mass production and new products in the market and improved the techniques of advertising. It also took part before the World War, and the American consumerism culture was eagerly for leisure and time-saving commodities, where people could expect to find everything they want in shops or by ordering through mails. The middle class people were mostly uncontrollable because the goods they become the status of symbol. This concept also changed the American economy, which basically is buying on credits. The effect behind this led to the habitat distraction, water pollution, air pollution and climate change, and the negative impact which came towards it was the social and economic inequality. The problem faced during that time is depletion of natural resources and overusing of Earth's natural resource, which has been used more than 70%, and the pollution on the earth. And it won't be more sustainable as we are overusing the earth's natural resource. The rural Americans had a greater choice and an easier access as it improved the goods at a lower price. And the positive side behind is it has more industrial production and higher growth in the economy, and more goods and services became available. And there is one more thing which we have seen is there has been an increase in the marriage and birth rate, which has led to the greater demand in homes and the items of price. We'll talk about the Scandinavian culture. So the Scandinavian culture is the epitome of simplicity, which basically emphasizes on the functions and the beauty. The Scandinavian cuisine is the simplicity, and the main characteristics of the Scandinavian culture is it brought look fresh, lepsi, Swedish meatball, pickled herring, pickled beets, rye bread, and variety of baked goods. So their basic style is basically casual, classic, and comfortable and fun. The style is popular because it emphasizes basically on the simplicity, beauty, and functionality. And the color theme that they basically follow is the grey, white and blues, pastel and dusty colors. And it was originated in 1950s in the 5 Nordic countries, which is Denmark, Finland, Iceland, Norway and Sweden. I'll be talking about what does minimalism mean. So the minimalism started in earlier 20th century in 1915 by the Soviet painter Casimir Malevich at Black Square. He was the father of minimalism at the modern age, who is Ludwig Mies van der Rohe, who was a German architect. And the term minimalism also was being rooted in the post-World War II in the Western art. So the word minimalism was derived from the Latin word minimus, which means smallest or least. It was invented in 1960s and 70s, which emerged in New York in earlier 1960s, and then it started cutting down on things you don't want. So the lifestyle, basically living with fewer things and possession, focus mainly on the ones you need. And the main concept behind it is that it promotes the conscious decision making related to belongingness, time, energy, and relationship. The minimalism is very authentic, valuing and simplicity by rejecting superficial mass consumerism, and it mainly highlights the beauty, essence, and the true purpose of the things in their living. The minimalist logo basically indicates a clear line, geometric shapes, and descriptive simple design in the modern minimalist design, in which it characterizes the simplicity and monochromatic palette. The motto behind is less is more, and the minimalist design is not only offers the aesthetically pleasured environment, but it also encourages the mindful living. And the king of minimalism is John Pawson. The minimalist and the Scandinavian design has a difference in the material used. So the minimalist design often includes stainless steel, chrome, and lacquered plastic, while in Scandinavian design it focuses on the organic materials like hemrugs, curved wooden chairs, and woven baskets. I'll be discussing fewer differences between the American consumerism and the Scandinavian minimalism. So the American consumerism is basically that the culture is characterized by excessive productive consumption, which led to resource depletion and increased waste and environmental degradation. While in minimalism, the Scandinavian minimalism basically characterizes the simplicity, functionality, and clear lines, which encourages the conscious decisions about the environmental impacts of choices and favoring ethical sources and eco-friendly products. So the Scandinavian minimalism involves buying less and buying better, and letting the objects do talking while staying functional and comfortable. So while American value of life and work life can be balanced. Thank you.